Today we're going to be talking about a number of different ways that you can manage a HMO as an investor. So welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is S. Ahmed. We are here in EA Real Estate. The office is in London. And today's video, we will aim to provide you with valuable insights and tips for effectively managing your HMO property. Okay, so we're going to be discussing essential tips that every landlord who's involved within HMOs should know about. So let's dive right in. So we're going to start with point one, which is tenant screening. So this tip is all about thoroughly screening your potential tenants, ensuring that you have a higher probability of having a successful tenancy. Now, this can include conducting comprehensive credit checks, verifying references from previous landlords or employers, and obviously reviewing their rental history to ensure you find reliable and responsible tenants for your HMO property. A quick way this can be done is if you take bank statements, for example. One of the key things that you should be looking out for in, say, 3 to 6 months worth of bank statements is looking at rent being paid out to previous landlords, if they were renting, and salary coming in. If those dates are aligned every month for the last 3 to 6 months, chances are going forward you shouldn't have any problems. On to number 2, which is lease agreements. So lease agreements are the foundation of a smooth landlord-tenant relationship. A well-drafted lease agreement protects both parties and sets clear expectations. Make sure to include important details, goes without saying, such as rent payment terms, tenancy duration, maintenance responsibilities, and any specific house rules that you want to include to avoid future conflicts. Now, within the UK, typically people who operate within the HMO space offer either ASTs or licenses. I think it's best to look into what works better for you. Number 3, maintenance best practices. So this is effectively where you as the operator or the landlord conduct regular inspections and you identify and address maintenance concerns promptly. So by conducting these routine checks, you can ensure the safety and comfort of your HMO residents. And if you're staying proactive with these tasks, it just allows you to stay on top and make sure that the issue doesn't reach a critical stage before it's attended to. Number 4, it's very, very important to have house rules within the property and effective communication. These two things go hand in hand. Clearly defined house rules help create a harmonious living environment. They encourage open communication channels amongst tenants and address any concerns or conflicts promptly. This fosters a sense of community and ensures a positive living experience for everyone. Now, it's very important to understand that most HMOs, people do not know each other. So they're moving into a 3-bed, 4-bed, 5-bed HMO, whatever it may be, and they don't know anybody. So getting to know somebody, building that trust, feeling comfortable with them takes time. And if you, as the manager or the landlord, has house rules in place where you can sort of help fast track that, it will just create a better environment overall. On to the next point. So managing tenant turnover. Most critical points within this video, without a doubt, is managing tenant turnover. So this is all about making sure that you have good tenancy management practices in place. You are able to ensure viewings are done well in advance of availability of the particular room, and making sure that you price the rooms so that they are able to get let quick and effectively minimize your vacancy periods. On to the next point, which is security measures. So ensuring the safety of your HMO residents is paramount. This tip is focusing on implementing robust security measures such as installing HMO compliant locks on the room doors, possibly alarm systems, CCTV cameras for common areas, and just make sure that there's sufficient emergency lighting in the communal areas. On to the next point. So rent collection strategies. So it's quite important to establish clear expectations for rent payments, including due dates and acceptable methods. This must be done from the outset, and ideally you want to have this on automation so that if rent is not in by day 2 or day 3 of when it's due, there's a series of reminders that are set into motion. You can utilize digital platforms for this, or property management softwares, and that can really help streamline that process. Or within those property management softwares, you can set up automated payment reminders, and just a simple reminder, you will be surprised, will help bring in a lot of rent that is late. On to point number 8. It'd be quite nice to build relationships with tenants. That's something that if you can do within your HMO, it's gonna promote longevity of tenancy. Tenants are gonna look after the property more. They're gonna respond and assist you better should you need access or for viewings, etc. And overall, by having a supportive household, you create a comfortable and pleasant living environment for everyone. On to number 9. I think we touched on this earlier with regards to maintenance, but property inspections as well is something that regular property inspections can help effective management for sure. Conducting inspections on a scheduled basis helps again to identify maintenance issues, safety hazards, and just for landlords, if you're a manager, give them a video tour of the current state of the property. It goes a long way. On to number 10. Again, not really ideally what you want to be thinking about when you set up a HMO, but it is quite important, and that's eviction procedures. So while eviction should always be a last resort, it's important to understand the proper procedures if the need arises. So you should go into the HMO business, or again, just effective tips to manage. It's very important to know the legal requirements for evicting a tenant from a HMO property, including serving the correct notices and following the proper timelines. Just as a basic tip, it's very important to maintain detailed records of communication, lease violations, or non-payments of rent. Another way you can sort of fast track this is by having legal representation. So if you can build relationships with a good legal team from the outset, and should that need arise, you can quite quickly outsource that and have the legal representation take care of any eviction issues. There you have it, guys. So that's 10 essential tips for managing your HMO properly. Hopefully by implementing these strategies, you'll be well equipped to create a harmonious living environment, attract reliable tenants, and ensure the success of your HMO venture. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with other landlords, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.